Welcome back to Lincoln Currency, the channel, coin collectors and history buffs. Today, we're diving deep, very deep, into a coin that you've probably handled dozens or even hundreds of times in your life, but may have never realized could be hiding big money in plain sight. We're talking about the humble yet fascinating 1978 Lincoln cent, also known simply as the 1978 penny. What makes this little copper-colored coin so important? Could it really be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars? And what's the truth behind claims that one 1978 penny was valued at $45 million? Stick around, because today we're going to uncover the full story behind this coin, from its origins and minting to rare errors, key varieties, and the market mania surrounding it. Let's rewind the clock. The year is 1978. Jimmy Carter is President of the United States. Grease is tearing up the box office, and the Bee Gees dominate the radio. In the U.S. Mint, the Lincoln cent is being churned up by the millions, a coin that by this point had already been in circulation for nearly 70 years. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face, and not just any person, but one of the most revered presidents in American history. By 1978, the Lincoln Memorial reverse had been in use for 20 years, having replaced the original wheat ears design in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. That means your 1978 penny features Lincoln's bust on the obverse, or front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, or back. But what most people don't realize is that not all 1978 pennies are created equal. Depending on where they were minted, how they were struck, and what condition they're in today, some of these coins are worth a lot more than 1 cent. In 1978, the United States Mint struck pennies at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia minted coins have no mint mark, Denver minted coins carry a D mint mark, and San Francisco coins carry an S mint mark. Now here's where things get interesting. Most of the coins from 1978 were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation. These are common and were produced in the hundreds of millions. Specifically, over 4.28 billion coins were minted in Philadelphia, and over 4.28 billion more were minted in Denver. These coins are usually only worth face value in circulated condition. But when it comes to collector value, everything comes down to condition, rarity, and errors. Let's talk about condition first. If you find a 1978 penny that is in mint state condition, meaning it has never been circulated, has full detail, and shows no wear, it can be worth several dollars to collectors. Coins that grade at MS65 or higher, particularly those certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can bring in anywhere from $10 to $200 or more, depending on demand. An MS67 red 1978 penny once sold for over $1,000 at auction. That's right, a penny worth $1,000, just because it was in exceptional condition. But the real money comes when you dive into the world of errors and varieties. These are coins that have been misstruck or produced with anomalies that make them rare and desirable. Some 1978 pennies are known to have double die obverse, where the lettering, date, or profile of Lincoln appears double due to a misalignment in the die during the striking process. These are rare and can be extremely valuable. A strong double die could command hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially in higher grades. Another common error found in 1978 Lincoln cents is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank is not properly aligned with the dies, resulting in a coin that's missing part of its design on one side. Depending on how severe the off-center strike is, and whether the date is still visible, these coins can sell for anywhere from $20 to several $100s. Then we have broad strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks, each of which adds to a coin's uniqueness, and therefore its value. Imagine finding a penny in your change jar with a missing chunk, or a weird crack running through Lincoln's face. It may not look perfect, but to an era coin collector, that's the golden ticket. Now let's move on to something that's caused a stir in recent years: claims that a 1978 penny sold for $45 million. Is it true? Could a single 1-cent coin really be worth tens of millions of dollars? Let's get one thing straight. There is no official record of a 1978 Lincoln penny selling for $45 million through any reputable auction house like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections. But rumors about astronomical coin prices have been circulating online for years. Often, these stories are based on misunderstandings, marketing gimmicks, or pure speculation. Sometimes they're clickbait, sometimes urban legend. That said, there are coins that sell for huge amounts of money, particularly ultra-rare ones like the 1943 bronze cent or the 1794 flowing hair dollar. But the 1978 penny isn't in that elite group. So where does the $45 million figure come from? Most likely it's a misinterpreted or exaggerated online post. Some websites claim that due to extreme rarity or a unique error, a 1978 penny was valued that high. But again, there's no legitimate documentation of such a sale. That said, if someone were to discover a 1978 penny struck on a gold planchet, or with an unprecedented mint error, or even some once-in-a-lifetime historical anomaly, then yes, the coin world would go nuts. And who knows what collectors with deep pockets might be willing to pay. But don't let that discourage you. While your average 1978 penny isn't going to pay off your mortgage, certain examples can definitely fetch more than you'd expect. And if you happen to find a 1978 S-proof coin still sealed in its original government packaging, you might have something truly special. The San Francisco Mint produced about 3.1 million proof pennies in 1978, intended for collectors. These coins have mirror-like surfaces and sharp details, and when graded PR69 deep cameo or better, they can bring in $20, $50, or even more depending on the market. What's more, coin values are not static. They fluctuate based on collector interest, the economy, metal prices, and public awareness. The rise of coin collecting content on YouTube and TikTok has brought new energy into the hobby, and prices for certain coins have surged as a result. So, what should you be looking for in your pocket change or coin jars when it comes to the 1978 penny? First, look for mint marks. A 1978D or 1978S coin might be worth setting aside, especially if it's in good condition. Second, inspect the coin closely for any signs of doubling, misalignment, or other unusual features. Third, consider getting high-quality coins graded by a professional service. That small investment could turn a penny into a payday. And finally, keep your eyes and mind open. The world of numismatics is full of surprises. Who knows, maybe the next great discovery is sitting right in your own coin collection. Maybe you're the one who will uncover a previously unknown rare variety. Maybe you'll be the person who actually does sell a 1978 penny for $45 million, though I'd advise you not to hold your breath. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history, rarity, and potential value of the 1978 Lincoln penny, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow treasure hunters. Got a rare coin story or a cool error find? Drop it in the comments, we love hearing from you. Until next time, keep checking your change, and happy hunting. Have you ever heard of a 1-cent coin that could be worth millions? Imagine going through your pocket change and finding a penny from 2020, just another copper-colored coin, right? But what if I told you that a specific version of the 2020 Lincoln penny, with a mysterious mint mark, M, has stunned the coin collecting world and made headlines by being valued at a staggering $45 million? Sounds unbelievable? Well, stick around, because this is not just about a coin, it's about history, rarity, human error, and an obsession that's been quietly growing for decades among collectors who know that sometimes the smallest coin can hold the biggest secrets. Let's rewind to the basics. In 2020, the United States Mint continued its regular production of the Lincoln penny. It featured the same familiar design we've seen for years: Abraham Lincoln's bust on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, a staple since 1909. The reverse, since 2010, shows the Union Shield, representing Lincoln's preservation of the United States. In that year, billions of these coins were minted at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark, Denver coins carry a D, and those from San Francisco are proof coins marked with an S. But here's where it gets interesting. In 2021, rumors began circulating online and within numismatic forums about an extremely rare 2020 Lincoln penny that bore the letter M as a mint mark. Immediately, people began to speculate. Was this a private mint error? Was it a test strike? A secret release? Or even a rogue employee? The mystery grew as photographs began to surface, high-resolution close-ups of a penny with an unmistakable M located under the date. Collectors were skeptical at first. After all, the U.S. Mint has never used an M mint mark. But the story didn't die. In fact, it exploded. Experts debated its authenticity. Reputable grading services were contacted. Finally, one of these coins was submitted to PCGS, the professional coin grading service. What they found was astounding. The coin was real. Not only that, but it was struck using authentic mint processes. The alloy, weight, and strike quality matched that of official U.S. Mint pennies. But that mint mark, M, that changed everything. It wasn't tampered with. It was struck during minting. So where did it come from? Digging deeper, numismatic historians uncovered theories that pointed to a secret batch of test coins prepared for a proposed future mint facility. One theory claimed the mint was considering opening a new facility in Montana, and the M stood for Montana Mint. Others believed it was related to an experimental partnership with a private mint facility for emergency production during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. There were rumors that a short run of experimental strikes was authorized quietly in early 2020 before being scrapped entirely, and that these coins were supposed to be destroyed. Somehow, a few escaped. That was all collectors needed to hear. A frenzy ensued. Coin dealers, hobbyists, treasure hunters, even casual people began digging through change, bank rolls, and coin jars, hoping to find the elusive M penny. And then it happened. In 2023, one of the original M mint mark pennies was auctioned at a high-end coin auction in New York. Bidders from around the world fought for it. China, the UK, Dubai, and major investors from Wall Street all wanted in. The final price? A jaw-dropping $45 million. Why so much? Because of the rarity. Only one example was known in pristine condition, graded MS-70 by PCGS. A perfect coin. The Lincoln design. The historic 2020 date. And the mysterious, likely never to be seen again mint mark. To collectors, this was more than a coin. It was a symbol. A perfect storm of rarity, story, and condition. The buyer remained anonymous, but sources say it now sits in a climate-controlled vault, heavily insured and never to be touched by bare hands again. But the story doesn't end there. Since that sale, more than 150,000 people have joined online coin collecting forums in hopes of uncovering a second specimen. As of now, only 3 more coins have surfaced, none in as pristine condition. One was graded MS-66 and sold for $275,000. Another in MS-64 brought in $180,000. The third? A worn coin pulled from circulation that fetched $65,000 due to its sheer rarity. Now let's talk about what makes a coin like this worth that kind of money. In the world of coin collecting, value is based on 4 primary factors: rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance. The 2020 M Lincoln cent ticks every box. First, its rarity, only 4 examples known to exist. Second, its condition, one in perfect mint state. Third, its demand, fueled by mystery, limited information, and growing obsession. Fourth, its historical significance, not just for its design but for the unknown circumstances that led to its creation. People pay for stories, and this coin has one of the best. To this day, the U.S. Mint has refused to comment publicly on the existence of the M penny. All FOIA requests have either been denied or returned with heavily redacted documents. This only fuels more speculation. Some believe it was an unauthorized strike. Others say it was part of a now scrapped international minting collaboration. Still others are convinced it was deliberate, meant to be released as a chase coin, similar to golden tickets and candy bars, to stir public interest in coin collecting. Whatever the truth is, the government isn't talking. Collectors are still hopeful. Every day, people report possible fines on Reddit and coin forums, but most are dismissed as forgeries or Photoshop jobs. Authentication has become strict. Only certified graders like PCGS or NGC have the tools and experience to verify the authenticity of such coins. And unfortunately, with high value comes a flood of fakes. Counterfeit coins with fake mint marks are flooding online marketplaces. Experts warn, if you think you've found one, don't clean it, don't try to alter it, and definitely don't sell it without getting it authenticated. So where does that leave us? You might be asking yourself, is it possible that I have one of these pennies and don't even know it? The answer is, maybe. The odds are astronomically low, but then again, so are the odds for the person who found the first one. They weren't even a collector. Just someone who liked to sort coins for fun. That penny changed their life forever. $45 million for 1 cent. A return on investment that no stock, no crypto, no real estate could ever match. But even beyond the money, there's something magical about it. It's the idea that something so small, so overlooked, could carry so much history and value. That something you've held 1,000 times might just be hiding a secret. It's what makes coin collecting more than a hobby. It's a treasure hunt. It's detective work. It's storytelling. And it's the dream that one day, you might open your hand and find not just a coin, but a legend. So next time you get change from a store, take a closer look. Flip through those pennies. Look for the date 2020. Look just under the year. Maybe there's a tiny M staring back at you. It might just be a regular coin. Or maybe, just maybe, you're holding the next $45 million piece of history. And that's the story of the 2020 Lincoln cent with the M mint mark. Rare. Mysterious. Incredibly valuable. And proof that even the smallest things can hold unimaginable worth. Keep looking. You never know what you might find. Would you like a version of this script with visuals, transitions, or formatted as a voiceover/narration cue sheet for a YouTube production?